there is no shortage of basil cloning content on this channel. I've cloned basil into kratky gardens, I've cloned basil and then placed it into a tower garden. But what I've never done is taken a cutting and put it directly into a tower garden without letting it grow roots first. Until now. This experiment was to completely remove net pots, to remove Rockwool cubes, to completely remove seeds and seedlings altogether and the germination stage, and discover the easiest, most hassle-free way to fill my tower garden fast. Now, I wasn't sure if this was going to work or not because clones need high humidity whenever they clone. Luckily for me, I live in Hawaii and there is pretty high humidity here. So if you try to do this, just keep that in mind if you're in a low humidity place. So like usual, I went up to my favorite nursery, the Upcountry Kula nursery, and picked out a bunch of different basil plants. This process is just like every other video I've ever done on cloning basil. I took my cuttings and instead of using net pots, I used these 2-inch cloning cups. Now I will say they barely fit into the garden and quite a few ended up falling into the garden, definitely with assistance from my 18-month-old, but either way, they were a little precarious, so just keep that in mind. Now the key to success here is to allow enough stem to be in the garden. So make sure when you take your cutting, it's long enough to reach into the garden to get sufficiently wet whenever the garden turns on. And now through the magic of editing, we're gonna fast forward 2 full weeks. All right, it's 2 weeks later. I'm gonna take a look in this garden. Obviously the plants have grown. They've definitely gotten bigger than when I planted them. A lot of new leaves have developed, and even this Thai basil plant is in full flower production right now. Let's take a look at the roots. Oh, look at that, how beautiful. They cloned so well. They clone just as well, if not better, in the tower garden as they do in my low pressure aeroponic cloner that I use for cloning all the time. I'd say as long as you live in a humid place, you'll have no problem taking cuttings and placing them directly into your tower garden just with these cloning cups without using net pots or rock wool or soil to start. And you'll have plants in your tower garden right now. They grow super fast, and clones also take away any of the guesswork. Meaning when you clone a plant, you're making an exact replica of that plant. So you're gonna know how it's gonna taste and the flavor profile of that particular plant because you've already had it before.
If your tower garden harvests are dull and uninspiring, if you go online and wonder, what am I doing wrong? I've been growing hydroponically for 10 years, and I want to share with you guys the secrets to a successful tower garden harvest. The key is a hydroponic education. I want to teach you guys the tips, the tricks, the methodology, the secrets, the science, and everything that you're going to need to know to become a hydroponic gardener. So here's what I got for you. It's called the Mastering Your Tower Garden course. This proven method has taken hundreds of people from weak harvest to epic grows in their tower garden. You're gonna start to see dramatic changes in your tower garden in just 2 weeks. No matter if you're just starting out or you've owned a tower garden for years, you're gonna be able to say goodbye to the questions and the doubts, wondering if you'll ever be able to have the grows like the ones you see online. Just click the link below to get instant access and start filling your tower garden with a bounty of food to feed your loved ones.